start again. It's a rich thing.
What's up, YouTube family? I'm back with another story time. I haven't done one of these in a while, so we're gonna toast. We're gonna toast with a little bit of water. Toast. Today I'm talking about. I was debating whether I even wanted to share this Airbnb experience because honestly I was scared this lady was gonna find this video and try to sue me or something. So I got to make sure I don't mention her name or anything about her, but I can say that she's tapped. And I didn't believe all crazy people come from Florida till I met this lady and had my experience with her. And it's like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy people in Florida. So if you're a host out there, you should probably think before you. Let me not say that. I don't want to say that. But I'm gonna show y'all this live footage, and I'm actually very impressed. I'm happy my neighbors, sometimes you get a little annoyed when your neighbors are all nosy and whatnot. But this is the perfect time. They caught the watching man with the AK-47s ready to tear somebody up. I'm going to show y'all this video just so no one's saying, oh, you didn't show us the video. I'm going to show y'all the actual video from my neighbor's house. You might even hear my neighbor in the background. And then we'll go into the details of why everything happened.
¿Y qué estará pasando en nuestro residencial que vemos las unidades de policía? Vamos a ver. Perdón. Mami, espera.
So what you just seen was Wachiman, policemen, whatever you want to call them. Wachiman is just a word that gets used in DR. With the AK-47s ready to anybody. You can see homie in the video making sure his gun's ready to work so he can go to work with it. And you might wonder what the hell was happening, because it was like 4, 5, 6 guys with AK-47s ready to tear something up. Well, I had Lady Cuckoo Land lady. I ain't gonna say her name. I'm gonna keep it respectable. I was gonna say something, but I was gonna get more details on her, but I don't want her to find this video because she ain't ever gonna know. Well, she might know that this is videos about her, but there ain't no details. I can't say. I was about to say one detail that would have kind of been like, oh damn, that she could have probably used, but nah, she ain't gonna get that out of me. So I had this lady that booked the Airbnb, and I know in the past I said, I was done with Airbnb. I really was, and then until COVID came, so I was like, yo, might as well just give it up. But then stuff started picking up again. Started getting bookings, and I couldn't say no to Benji. Benji, making money from the phone is always good. So I said, you know what, we're gonna continue rocking. Then I got this booking, and at first I'm like, wow, it was like a last minute booking, and it was really weird because she was. Usually I have it so that you got a request, and she just got approved. I'm like, well, that's a little weird. I said, whatever, we're gonna rock out. She checks in, having issues. Actually, when she pulls up, this is crazy. I wasn't even gonna mention this part. Yo, it's a self check-in. So lockbox, you type in the code, you get the key out, boom, boom, boom. I never meet you. It says that in the listing. This lady pulls up to the gate because we got security, there's gates and everything. She pulls up, whatever, calls me and tells me, yeah, come outside and come get my bags. Come get your bags. Your bags? What you think this is? The Hilton 5-star? You better take them 2 little arms of yours and grab them bags and walk them up the stairs. Is you crazy? Well, I didn't say all that, but I'm just like, excuse me? This self-checking? Self-checking. You ain't gonna see me. So that was the first little red flag, but I'm like, everybody usually a little aggravated when they get off the plane. So I'm like, maybe she's just a little irritated. She may be just not seeing straight, because if she's asking me to come get her bag, we already having an issue. So whatever. She got access. Of course, she has some issues getting in. 3 days later, she had some guy with her. I don't know who this dude was. Maybe he was from DI. Maybe he was hitting it. Maybe he was her boyfriend. I don't know who this homie was. Maybe she met him at a party. I have no clue. But the story is that she was screaming for her life, like literally screaming for her life in my Airbnb. Like they thought that she was dying. They thought someone was trying to kill her. That's the type of way she was screaming. So I can only imagine. I don't even want to like enact like what that type of scream sounds like, but she was screaming for her life. So she didn't call the cops, but one of the neighbors did because they were like, yo, like, my neighbor's pretty in tune with what's going on. We let her know. So she, keeps her ears close and make sure no one's doing nothing crazy. So they called the cops, domestic violence type of thing. And this is the story. This is how I knew she was tapped. This is the story she told me. She said the cops showed up because someone stole her cell phone. And then she said, I gave somebody a key, which I'm in the United States. This Airbnb is the Dominican Republic. I gave somebody a key that day. That's what she said. So that they can go in the house and steal the phone while she's there. This is the crazy part because she was there the whole day. Probably fist fighting, boxing matches with her boyfriend. She said someone went in there with a key through the back door, and the back door has a padlock on it. If y'all don't know what a padlock is, you stick a key in the lock, and it's a hook. You hook it to it's a lock, like it's a padlock. Like it has a little bar, and you put the key in it, unlock it, put the key, lock it. The back door has a pad because it's all gates, and there's gates on the windows, there's gates on the doors. That's just how it is in DI. So she says someone unlocked the padlock, stole her phone, put the padlock back on, and dipped. That was her case. And I was like, what? I'm like, that don't even make sense. Like, I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, I'm like, what? Mind you, the padlock key was in the house. She just didn't know that. So in my head, I'm like, so what you trying to say? Someone slithered through the bars? Like, the bars is like this big. Like, you gonna need... My thin face wouldn't even fit through the bars. But that was her case. And I was just like, well, you're kind of lying. Ended up getting the paperwork. It was domestic abuse. Homeboy was beating on that thing, which I don't know. Listen, I don't condone that. I don't think it was right. I just think it was like a little messed up for you to be in someone's house, like with all that type of commotion. It was a little weird. But nonetheless, like, we didn't end well. I can say that. We didn't end well. And I knew she was going to be an issue from the beginning. And the day before that, I think day 2, I knew she was going to be an issue. I even asked if she wanted to check out and get a refund because I was like, yo, I'd rather give this lady her money back. This is before the cops came. I was like, I'd rather give this lady her money back and just be straight. And like from the jump, like from day 2, she was like asking for compensation. I'm just like, what? Like, I was like, you could check out, and get your money back. Like, that'd be, I think, the best option. She was like, no, if you could handle the situation for me, I'll be happy. That's what she told me. And a day later, she's having a boxing match up inside the crib. So, man, it's just, people don't really see all the crazy stuff that happens in the behind the scenes, being an Airbnb host and trying to hustle, trying to make money. But yeah, I just wanted to share that story. It was a little wild to me. I couldn't believe it, but it actually did happen. But I don't want to discourage anybody from Airbnb, and if they want to do that or if they're thinking about doing that, I think it's a great way to make a hustle, especially. And you don't even need to be an owner. You don't need to be a host. Shout out to me though. I forgot I gotta mention it. I'm a super host now. Shout out to her. After she left, after she checked out, I had a few other people came in and I got blessed. I'm a super host now. So shout out to me. Yeah, super host. Super host shit out. How y'all like that? How that sound? Sound dope, don't it? But yeah, if you're a hustler out there, there's plenty of markets, California, Boston, Atlanta, New York, where you can just hustle and clean Airbnbs. That's how I started. That's how I found out about Airbnbs. I started cleaning, hustling, was making like $5K a month cleaning Airbnbs. It was like 8 Airbnbs, a wild number. And then that's when I was like, we got to go into hosting. If this is what the numbers is like, that doesn't mean I was taking $5K home, but that's how much I was making. And then obviously supplies, paying people, blah, 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 blah. So there's tons of opportunity out there if you're a host, or even if you're a hustler and you want to just clean Airbnbs. So I just definitely wanted to end with more of a positive if anybody's watching, especially someone that's a hustler that's watching. So I appreciate you watching and listening to the story. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Would this make you want an Airbnb, or would this be like, I'd rather take a step back from this whole thing? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Have a great rest of your day.
It's not a game, it's a rich